Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today's material is about the linking markers. You can see the material from the PDF file that I have shared you before. Okay, you can open page 6 or from the search column you can find page 10. You can find here the table about linking markers. We have the sentence openers and then conjunctions. The sentence openers and the conjunctions are divided into 6: addition, contrast, cause and effect, positive condition, choice or negative condition, and time order or listing. So actually these words you have known all, I believe that, but maybe some of you, or maybe very rare of you, use these words. Let's see. The sentence openers for addition, it means that if you want to add some kind like information, add information, you can use the in addition, and then it is followed with the noun phrase. See here, noun phrase, and then moreover, comma, also followed with a comma, apart from is followed with noun phrase, and then furthermore, comma. All of them are used with the comma. And to show contrast means something different, on the contrary, on the opposite. So we can use however. So do not use only but. We can also use however, nevertheless, on the other hand, in contrast, then the two after that, in spite of followed by noun phrase, and despite followed by noun phrase. Don't get it wrong. Despite is not followed by of, but directly followed by noun phrase, and in spite of followed by noun phrase. Okay, you can check the meaning in your dictionary. To show cause or effect means it is a causal relationship. We can use so. The most popular one is so. Okay, everybody use that, and I really often find it, or maybe too often find it in your work. And then as a result means it shows a result, so an effect. Consequently, it also shows an effect. Then therefore also showing an effect. Thus, not those, not thus, but this is thus. In bahasa we can say maka, hence also showing a cause, not also, this is the first, hence actually can show a cause, for this reason, and because of always followed by a noun phrase. See here, noun phrase. But because, what is the difference between because of and because? If because, it is followed by a sentence or a clause, not a sentence, followed by a clause. But if because of is followed by a noun phrase. For example, because it was raining, I didn't come to the party. But we can use also because of raining, or because of raining heavily, I didn't come to the party. See the difference? So don't get it wrong again in the future. Next is the positive condition. Positive condition, we can use this addition, we can use the sentence openers, so we use in the beginning to show positive condition is in that case. For example, there is a description about such condition for today. The COVID-19 has, this is the example, the COVID-19 today has broken down the economic situation in our country. Full stop. In that case, comma, the government makes some rules or or like this. In that case, comma, the government has made a decision to do some potential ways to overcome the crisis that might be happen in this situation. Okay, we can use that one. And then next is if so. If so means you can give us the previous condition before that, and then you do the if so after that. Then is also the same. Yeah, actually you can do the same. So the point is, in that case, if so and then, all of them can be used to show the positive condition and to open the sentence about positive condition. The next is about choice or negative condition. This is the contra. Yeah, the contra of the positive condition. Choice or negative condition, we can use that alternatively. Okay, the first example is alternatively, comma, or otherwise, instead of, followed by noun phrase, rather than, followed by noun phrase, if not, comma, and followed by the continuation. Let's pick one example of this one, rather than. Let's make an example that is contextual to our situation today. Rather than having class by face-to-face, the students of university do learning from home with their lecturers. Okay, so you can see this is the difference. Or we can say, we can use the instead of. Okay, instead of. Instead of getting together with the communities, all the people need to do with the situation right now is just stay at home with the families. Okay. Next, about sentence opener to show time order or listing. We can use, this is like some kind like sequencing. Then, afterwards means setelah itu, after that. Don't use always after that, we can use afterwards. First, you can add li, firstly. Second, you can add li again, secondly. Next, you don't have to add li, there is no nextly. Prior to is followed by noun phrase. Before, followed by noun phrase. Finally or lastly. It's not only used for telling procedures, but also can tell about some degree of importance when you explain something. And it can be used also in doing the persuasive essay, or when you want to show your opinion in an academic paper. You can use this one. Okay, so do not only use the very common sentence openers, but also you have to remember the function. Okay. Next, we talk about conjunction. Let's make it smaller a bit. Conjunction here, we have divided into two based on the books. We have coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunctions. We have and for coordinating to show this one, to show addition. We can use and not only but also. Or for subordinating, we can use who to tell someone who performs activities, which to show something which perform activities, where to show a place, and when to show the time. Next, it's about the contrast. The contrast also, we can use the conjunction. Remember? Conjunctions. Conjunctions, we can use but or yet. But subordinating, We can use although, meskipun, whereas is also meskipun, while, sementara itu, in spite of the fact that, despite the fact that, and etc. Then we have to show cause and effect for conjunctions. This is a bit similar. We have hence, but hence put in the middle, not in the beginning of the sentence. This is the difference between the sentence opener and the conjunctions. If the sentence opener, hence, is put in the very beginning of the sentence, but if as conjunctions, it is put in the middle between two clauses. And then for subordinating, we have so that, because, and due the fact that. Due to, yeah, due to usually can be followed by directly the noun, yeah. Due to the fact that COVID-19 has attacked our country, so the minister has the decision to ask the students to learn from home. Okay, for example, that sentence. Then we have to tell positive condition for conjunctions. We can use and is a very popular and can be used for all coordinating conjunctions, for every situations, even for contrasting, but you can put with yet, combined with yet, and then to show cause and effect, to show the positive condition, to show negative condition, all and can be used, but sometimes it is paired with the other conjunction. Like when you tell about contrast, you can add and with yet, so and yet, something like that. Now let's go back. To show positive conjunction, we can use and then, and then. But for subordinating, we can use if, because this is positive condition. So if, as, atau as or as long as, so long as or so long as. So means if one condition is happened, so the second condition happens. If A true means B true, something like that. The rules of conditionals, yeah. Then to show conjunctions, coordinating conjunction, we can use for negative condition, we can use or you can put else or else. Okay. If for subordinating, you can use if not, if blah blah blah, not blah blah blah, unless blah blah blah. Yeah. Unless staying at home, for example, unless staying at home, comma. What is unless? Unless kecuali jika tidak, ya. Unless, for example, nobody can avoid the virus, the coronavirus, unless they follow the medical protocols right now. Okay. That's the example. Then we have time order or listing. Conjunctions. For time order or listing, we can use and then. And then subordinating, we can use before, after which, when, now that. Yeah, it's very easy. Always wash your hands before you enter your house. Don't forget, with the soap. And then after going out for something very important, comma, for this situation, comma, do not forget to wash your hands with soap. Okay, that's the example. Okay, see, you can see here in the note what I told you before previously when I explained. Noun phrase which may include a noun or a verbal noun or ing form. For example, instead of complaints, it would be better to over advise. Yeah? Instead of complaints, it would be better to offer advice. Or Instead of complaining, comma, it would be better to over-advise. So look at the difference. We can use the noun phrase or verbal noun. This is the ing form. So the form, the present participle. Okay. So next then, you can see here the examples or the example of practice, Task 1.8. Now do the same for this text about how parents correct or ignore their children's language errors.